Some words echo through time, carrying wisdom that remains relevant today. Among the most profound are Jesus' words in Mark 12-17. Render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to God the things that are God's. This statement has guided leaders and inspired people for 2,000 years. It's a lesson about our responsibilities and teaches us balance. We all have obligations to our countries, communities, and a higher calling to our Creator. His teaching is a map for navigating earthly and divine realms. It challenges us to consider where our ultimate loyalty lies. We'll explore the story, the coin, and the timeless truth that still guides us today. Jerusalem was tense. Jesus' teachings threatened religious and political leaders. The Pharisees and Herodians, usually opposed, united to trap Jesus. They approached him with flattery, a smokescreen for a loaded question. Is it right to pay the imperial tax to Caesar? A yes would anger Jews. A no accuse him of rebellion. But Jesus saw through their hypocrisy. He asked for a denarius. Bring me a denarius, he said. The coin became the centerpiece. Jesus turned their trap into a lesson, about to reveal a truth deeper than politics. The crowd waited. The answer would astonish everyone. Someone handed Jesus a denarius, the coin used to pay the Roman tax. It was a symbol of Roman power, stamped with Emperor Tiberius's image and a blasphemous inscription. For Jews, even holding it felt like a compromise. Jesus held up the coin and asked, "Whose image and inscription is this?" "Caesar's," they replied. By carrying the coin, they were already participating in Caesar's system. The coin proved they lived under Roman rule, benefiting from its order, even if reluctantly. Jesus used the coin to reframe the debate. The issue wasn't just about money or taxes, but about images and allegiance. The coin belonged to Caesar's realm, earthly government, and commerce. By establishing this, Jesus set the stage for a greater truth. He addressed the earthly matter, but was about to elevate the conversation. The crowd sensed something profound was coming. The lesson was about to shift from coins to hearts. Jesus declared, "Render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's." He affirmed our obligations to government, paying taxes, obeying laws, participating in society. But then he added, "And to God the things that are God's." If the coin bears Caesar's image, what bears God's image? We do. Our lives, our worship, our ultimate allegiance belong to God. Jesus defined the boundaries of our responsibilities. We are to be responsible citizens, but our duty to God is supreme. Give Caesar his coin, but give God your heart. Be faithful to God while living responsibly in the world. The lesson: our ultimate loyalty is to God. Jesus' teaching echoes throughout the Bible. Paul in Romans 13 urges believers to respect governing authorities and pay taxes, for all authority is established by God. Peter in his first letter says, "Submit to every human authority for the Lord's sake. Honor the emperor, but fear God." These teachings reinforce Jesus' call to balance civic duty with spiritual allegiance. But what about giving to God? Genesis 1:27 says, "We are made in God's image." While the coin bears Caesar's image, we bear God's. Our minds, talents, and lives belong to Him. This is the ultimate claim, one that takes precedence over all others. The Bible calls us to be good citizens, but always within the context of our higher allegiance. We honor the emperor, but we fear God. We give Caesar his coin, but we give God our lives. This is how we live faithfully in a secular world. Living out Jesus' teaching means knowing when to obey the law and when to obey God. Most laws, taxes, contracts, public order don't conflict with faith, but sometimes the state's demands contradict God's commands. The Bible gives examples. Daniel's friends refused to worship an idol, choosing God over the king. Peter and John kept preaching about Jesus, despite being ordered to stop. Their duty to God came first. This principle, obeying God rather than men, is vital. We should strive to be exemplary citizens, but never compromise God's commands. When forced to choose, our path is clear faithfulness to God. This isn't rebellion for its own sake, but loyalty to our true King. Wisdom and discernment help us navigate these moments. What does giving to Caesar and God look like today? It starts with being honest citizens, paying taxes, obeying laws, and participating in civic life. Voting, staying informed, and engaging respectfully in public discourse are all ways we contribute to society. These acts are not compromises, but expressions of faith in action. More importantly, giving to God means offering our whole selves, time, talents, worship, and resources. We serve others, build up the church, and care for the poor. Sometimes our duties to Caesar and God may feel in tension. When work or culture pressures us to compromise our convictions, we remember Jesus' words. Our primary identity is as children of God. Every decision must be filtered through our faith. We obey God even when it's difficult. Living this out takes daily wisdom and courage. We can be good citizens and faithful believers. That's the balance Jesus calls us to. Jesus' answer draws a powerful parallel. The coin bears Caesar's image, but we bear God's. The image on a coin marks ownership. God's image in us marks us as His. Paul writes, "You are not your own. You were bought at a price." Honor God with your bodies. Our relationship with God is the center of our identity. Jobs, nationality, politics, these are secondary to being made in God's likeness. We don't devalue our earthly roles. We infuse them with heavenly purpose. We work, love, and serve as acts of worship. Our allegiance to God gives meaning to all other allegiances. Being made in God's image means we reflect His love, justice, and creativity. Giving to God means cultivating these qualities and deepening our relationship with Him. When faced with choices, we ask, whose image do we bear? We are God's creation, uniquely crafted by Him. Our greatest purpose is to give ourselves back to Him. Our loyalty to God is our reason for being. The wisdom of Mark 12-17 offers hope and practical guidance. Jesus doesn't call us to withdraw from the world or be consumed by it. He gives us a blueprint for faithful engagement. We are dual citizens, responsible members of society and citizens of heaven. Our earthly citizenship calls us to justice and peace. Our heavenly citizenship defines our purpose. Giving to God means living each day aware that we belong to Him. Our choices in home, work, and community should honor His image in us. This dual citizenship isn't easy. It requires wisdom and courage. Sometimes the world's values clash with God's, but Jesus' words free us to be both good citizens and faithful believers. We can love our country and love God even more. Let our lives show integrity, respect, and devotion to God. While a coin may belong to Caesar, our souls belong to God. By living this balanced life, we shine as beacons of hope, pointing others to God's kingdom.